look away from the train wreck. You can blame it on the tech or the disrespect. If you play better, button check. Button check.
What is up, Button Check family? Welcome back to the second episode of Checking These Buttons. Hope you guys enjoyed the first one. We had a banger. We're talking about Marvel Tocom, Maximilian. We're talking about Punk the God winning his first tournament with like his day one Sagat. A lot of buttons to be checked. Either way, we got a hot debate going on right now. Once again, this is the second episode. Chapters, links, all that good stuff down below. Thank you guys for supporting the channel and help it grow. So without further ado, let's end this day right, and we's about to hit the weekend, baby. Let's go. All right, now into them first set of heavy debated, who are the true EVO Goats of the FGC, and does Sonic Fox qualify? Hang on, that might sound like a strange question, but these are some buttons that need to be checked. So it starts right here. Deserto posted this just the other day, saying Sonic Fox has earned their 8th EVO title by winning Mortal Kombat 1 at EVO 2025. Here's the crazy shit, y'all. I didn't even fucking know Sonic Fox won MK this year. Right over my head. I have not seen that footage yet. I've been so busy with everything else. So either way, congrats. So continuing on, saying not only is Sonic Fox the most successful MK player ever, they also have almost 1 million in winnings across a dozen fighting games. You can see the pictures down below. Others kind of respond that some agree, some disagree. Some saying like, what do you mean almost 1 million? He got that a long time ago. But it gets even deeper. Because Ryan Hart posts this saying, okay guys, you don't have to fight with each other, but can we all agree that Mena RD, Sonic Fox, and Arslan Ash are all insane and goated? That one has about 1.3 thousand likes, but you got some mixed feelings down below. So Ryan Hart responds again saying, Go1 is already goated, or I should say Goichi before you guys stone me to death. Goichi is already goated though. I don't understand your point. Oh, I'm sorry. This is because somebody else posted this right here saying, Sonic Fox has not placed well in any big time fighting game like Tekken or Street Fighter. Lol, farming NRS Skullgirls and Fighters 5 years ago does not place you on the same level as Goichi, who competes at the top level in any game he picks up. How y'all feeling that? He's saying Sonic has not placed well in any fighting games like Tekken or Street Fighter, only NRS games. But then goes on to mention, well, he also did good at Skullgirls and Fighters, but it was like 5 years ago. And when it was, what year was that? Yeah, that was like 2017 or 2018 where he faced Goichi in fucking Fighters. And we're talking about Goichi being one of the GOATs, right? Well, I don't know about this sense, but all in all, he fucking beat Goichi. It was the nail biter, but he beat Goichi in finals. It was crazy as hell. Anyway, continuing on, others saying, cut Sonic and put in Justin, and I agree. Ryan Hart says, Justin is long already in the GOAT list. He's not a new GOAT. Continuing on, Mena gotta start putting up numbers in non-Street Fighter game. Love him to death, but he is a one-trick pony until he dips his toes in other franchises. How you feeling about that? If I can find a clip, I'll put it right here. But I thought that was an interesting point because we talked about this in a recent video where they're like, okay, Mena, yeah, you can call him a one-trick pony if that's the argument you want to make. But in this fucking trick that this pony is pulling off is in one of the heaviest stacks, if not the heaviest fucking stack, Street Fighter. So that's the argument that Mena made a long time ago. He was like, yo, I believe that on some level, I could be considered one of the best fighting game players of all time if I do this right, if I do Street Fighter right. If I continue my streak, which so far he is, I should be in contention to be considered one of the GOATs of all time because of the competition stacked in Street Fighter alone. So his point of view is like, yes, I'm looking at Tekken, I'm looking at MK, and you got a lot of the GOATs, but you also got to understand, a lot of their GOATs compete over here in Street Fighter as well, and they're not winning like I am. Hell, sometimes I'm beating these guys one-on-one. So how y'all feel about that?
I may have jumped the gun a little bit by saying Mena's the fighting game GOAT if he wins a third Capcom Cup before anyone else wins two. May have. I don't know. Y'all have some compelling arguments. I will say, I think Street Fighter, respectfully, this is no disrespect, I think has the most godlike players out of any fighting game. I think this is the hardest era to win in fighting games. And no one else even has two Capcom Cups, so winning 3 would be insane. And this will be a motherfucker winning 2 years in a row, going from Street Fighter 5 to Street Fighter 6, not even the same Street Fighter, and then you just won the last one in 5, do you win in 6? Hold up, maybe I'm not tripping.
Yeah, I wanted to add this because I think this is really important. Mena actually responded to all this, right? Saying the only thing I have to add, I decided to focus on Street Fighter because, in my opinion, has the best competition, has the most money. I don't think it's possible anymore, like a few years ago, to play Street Fighter specifically and dominate in other games. It does not mean that if I tried in other fighting games, I wouldn't be just as good or even better. I hold on in regard to being the best Street Fighter player of all time than the best fighting game player of all time that I'm aiming for in this life. I don't want to be the best at 3 games that I could beat 90% of the players hiding tech or abusing a broken character. Trying to be the best at the hardest competition is the most respectable to me. Okay, back to Group F for now. And then I see a few people under his post not only questioning that, but questioning Street Fighter versus Tekken. They're like, well, if you really wanted to be the best at the best, you would play Tekken because Tekken is the hardest game. And he simply responds back saying, I disagree. So how are you feeling about that? How you feeling about that argument? Do you think, okay, I could kind of see that? Or are you saying, no, that's not how it works? You actually have to play other games and be successful at other games to be considered the best fighting game player of all time. Then continuing on, I see Kane Blue River saying, absolutely, I don't understand how there is so many layers of difference at this point. Then I see Jason right here saying, let's be real, Arslan is the most goated, then Mena RD, and Sonic Fox is behind Justin Wong on the GOAT list, and then Sonic Fox goated, spamming bombs, and then teabagging at the end of the match was hella disrespectful, and you gotta throw Goichi somewhere in the mix as well. Then going deeper right here saying, I'd throw Shao Hai alongside Mena RD, Arslan Ash, the true GOATs of the FGC, and not Sonic Fox, that game doesn't count, and people comparing Sonic, who has to beat a max of 300 people almost every EVO, to Ash, who had to defeat over 2,500 across his journey, shake my head. Okay, so how y'all feeling, man? So on one hand, what did it say? Sonic has like eight EVO championships. Fucking Arslan has what, 6? What was it? Yeah, it was 6 EVO, what the hell am I doing? 6 EVO championships, but the argument for Arslan is his pools is so much deeper. The competition is so much heavier. On that note, fucking Arslan, if you think about it, he's only been here since like 2018. We have a tendency to forget, I know I do, because he's so fucking good and dominant. We think, oh, he's been here since, he's an 09er, he's been here since 07, 05. No, he's only been here since like 2018, and he already has fucking 6 EVO championships. That's why we're like, yo, he's goated. He's the best Tekken player of all time. But then you compare him to somebody like Sonic, and you're like, well, he has 8. But I don't think it's just MK, right? I think Sonic has multiple, I think it's MK predominantly, but then also Skullgirls or something like that. I could be mistaken. Oh yeah, so I was right. He has like 8 championships in 5 different fucking fighting game franchises. So we're talking about like Injustice, MK, fucking Fighters, Skullgirls. So there you have it. Oh, and let me say this real quick because it seems to come up in the comment section quite often, but I say it every time I do a story damn near about Sonic Fox. Sonic Fox does have pronouns, so that's why a lot of people go out of their way to say they and them, but he also goes by he. I'll put it on the damn screen right now. He's been going by he and they for at least a couple of years, and I referenced that multiple times. So like I said, when I say that, no disrespect, I'm just saying what the man has claimed. And on that note, before I go even deeper, I have met Sonic. I got to work with him in Waka Flocka. He was very nice to me, gave an autograph to my wife and my daughter. So, like I said, no disrespect there. I'm just reporting the news, baby, and telling it like it is. In this story, I'm gonna be honest. And like I always said, even though I like certain people, I'm gonna do my best not to be biased. I'm gonna be honest with my take on all of this. But let's continue. Sonic Fox actually responds to all of this saying, the modern FGC Mount Rushmore would be me, Mena RD, and Goichi and Arslan in my opinion. But then down below he says, oh, Shao Hai too. So he says it would be me, Mena RD, Goichi, Arslan Ash, and Shao Hai. So those are the 5. Other responding, I see Ryan Hart say Goichi is insane. Shao Hai might be there too, and agree with you completely. To be honest, yeah. Take you off. This fool said, take you off and put Lupe Fiasco on. A lot of people already said Shao Hai, but I think ET is also in the conversation. Sounds about right to me. Playing a dead game with 377 players versus Mena, who played Street Fighter 6 with over 4,000 players. Nice comparison. And let's not forget when Sonic complains about a character in NRS changes. And Sonic, with respect, you are not on any Rushmore other than the NRS one. Some going even deeper saying Mena over Punk, or yeah, you basically complimenting or rewarding yourself, and I think that's about it. I mean, it goes deeper, but I don't think you deserve to be up there, man. Most of your wins are on a game that doesn't matter, damn. But there's a response to that. Let me see what they say to that. MK11, MKX, the game certainly did matter before making a bigger impact on MK1. And there you have it. How are y'all feeling the Mount Rushmore? I guess we could talk about greatest of all time, greatest in their game. We could talk about greatest EVO Goats. There's a bunch of ways we can look on this. I guess the reason why a lot of people are coming at Sonic, because they're like, obviously the main thing that sticks out is the competition. You're beating people that have a little over 300 players. It's the smallest game on the main stage, well, it's numbers-wise, MK1. Some people calling it a dead game, a game that doesn't matter, and you're winning that one. So how could you compare yourself to some of these other guys that are having to go through fucking 2,000 or 4,000 players, and they're doing it time after time, while you have a tendency to play smaller games with a smaller amount of competitors? But then the argument could be made, well, he's diverse. He's winning in this one, he's winning in that one. You saw he has like 8 EVO titles over like 5 games. Or about 5 titles. So it's not like he's not just, oh, I'm just gonna win this one because I can bully people. No, he's actually playing other shit. And he's fucked around in Street Fighter 6 and in Tekken. I think even Fatal Fury. I'm not sure how that went for him. But I will say this. It seems like when Sonic plays Street Fighter 6 or Street Fighter in general or Tekken, he actually does decent. He can beat some top names. He can whoop a lot of ass. But as far as competition, you don't really see him too often in like a top 8 or a top 16 because it's deeper. These fucking pools, these guys have been here for a long time, and I feel like they almost got an advantage over Sonic because Sonic is not, I could be wrong, but I don't think Sonic has been fucking around like in the Street Fighter scene all too long. Predominantly all his concentration has been in NRS games. So when he comes over here, yes, he's naturally talented and he can whoop some ass, but you really don't see him like winning and placing top 8s like your Shao Hais, like your fucking Goichis. You know, these guys, you'll see them in one game, they're either winning or they're top 8. Another game, they're fucking winning or top 8. And you can say, oh, well, that's the same thing Sonic does. Yes, but then you could also bring it back to the argument, the games that they're winning or top 8 in are the fucking biggest ones out there. So in that sense, let's be real, not being biased, in that sense, I could see people's argument to where they're like, you are winning and you are dominant and you are talented, but what you're doing it in right now are what's considered the lesser competitive games. So these names over here, like Arslan, like Mena, Goichi and whatnot, we just see them in like the most competitive stack scene and they've been doing the damn thing. Now, I guess there's an argument for Goichi because some are like, well, why is Goichi in there if we're just talking about EVO champions? That's a whole nother thing. I'm not trying to make that argument right now. But what I'm saying is, but at the same time, some make the argument saying, okay, well, you can call MK dead now, but there was a time when that shit was thriving, maybe in the different version of it, that he was still winning. He was still doing the damn thing in different titles. But overall, and I'll leave you guys with this, we're talking about overall FGC Mount Rushmore, and we're talking about EVO Mount Rushmore. 2 different things. And I gotta be honest, it's very hard for me. Overall, FGC Mount Rushmore, I would say Sonic has to go. Sonic fucking has to go. And if you're talking about EVO Mount Rushmore, I'm inclined to be like, okay, how can he be here and not here? Because he has fucking 8. He has 8, and yes, you can call it what it is and say, oh, but these were the games that the 8 are in. I get that argument. So for overall FGC, automatically Mount Rushmore for Sonic, for me. EVO FGC, I got Mena. That's where it gets hard, because I say Arslan, obviously. Obvious, it's fucking obvious. Then you got Mena, because he won the biggest one just now, and he's won the hardest one, quote unquote, the Japan EVO, twice. So you got to put men up there. This is for the EVO Mount Rushmore. Then you got to put Justin up there because he has what, like 8 or 9, fucking 9 EVO championships? So who does the 4th one go to? Now you want to say Sonic Fox because he has 8. What do y'all say? But then it gets even harder because we go to all-time Mount Rushmore. Now you thinking of fucking Daigo. I mean, you thinking of Shao Hai. You thinking of Goichi. You thinking of fucking so many. You thinking of so many names. Fucking EVO one, I think would be a little easier, even though I'm pretty sure I forgot some big ass names. But the all-time FGC, just 4, that's fucking impossible. Like what 4? Fuck, that would be, this video gonna be, I would have to do 2 or 3 videos to fucking figure that out. Either way, this debate's been around for a while. How y'all feeling? It can go either way. Let me know. That it is, Butt Check fam. Definitely let me know how you're feeling. Thank you for joining us on this second episode today. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I woke up feeling like shit. I know y'all saying, Nestor, you look good though, baby. Thank you, I appreciate that. I know you ain't saying that. Either way, what I'm saying is I don't feel good. I woke up feeling like I had a head cold and it's still here. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put this out into the world. I hope you guys enjoy it. And then I'm gonna take some sleep medicine and pass the hell out and see you tomorrow with one video. So, oh, check this out, y'all. Tomorrow, I'm actually gonna post 2 videos. There's a just a heads up, there's a dedicated video coming your way because I got this really cool L-shaped desk, so I'm gonna run some games on it, show you guys the specs if you're interested in buying it. I believe it's on sale right now. So that's just gonna be a video by itself. So just be prepared. If you guys are down, if you wanna watch it or support, that's what's up. If you don't, the regular episode of Button Check will come tomorrow night. So be on the lookout for that. So either way, thank you guys for the amazing love. I'm tired. I will see you soon. As always, I don't know what it is, but I know it's about to get better. Love y'all. Have a peace.
Blah, blah, blah. Subscribe.